Playable Gaming Studios, and I'm out in the wilderness today. And I was in my backyard, and occasionally just touching grass just to keep my sanity with humanity. And then I found this thing. I don't know what it is, but it seems to be a treasure box with an X below it, which is pretty obviously saying that I should probably pick it up and bring it to the studio and see what's inside of it. I don't know what's going to be inside of it, but let me just... Big old treasure box over here. Oh, should open it inside. This is going to be really fun. I like it when I find things outside, it's just like random at a lot of times. So yeah, I'll see you back at the studio. Okay, welcome back to Lightning Gaming Studios, and we have the treasure chest from outside. Now, let's open up and see what's inside. Oh, a note. I wonder what that says. Let's go read it together. You stinky poo-poo head, I fooled you again. Enjoy the games. To that one stupid gamer, sincerely, Huh? I wonder what games he sent. Oh, God. Confused. This note is probably sent by one of my most evil nemesises that I've had for quite a long time. I don't know his name, but he keeps trolling me. So, as per usual, we're going to be looking at a game today that I obviously don't like. So yeah, let's just get right into it. Let's just look at the games that he sent me. Soccer, baseball, golf, and volleyball. Wow. What a great selection. Let's do the Oscar Awards to JLN, because they're obviously really great. So, that's just... boy, I'm sorry. It's just... I wasn't really expecting this today. I thought I was going to be doing something different, so let me just get my head together a little bit, and I'll just see you in just a second. Hi, Lightning Gaming Studios, and we're back again with a type of game selection that has been around since literally the beginning of the gaming console industry for a very long time. And that type of game is none other than sports games. Sports games are games that are based off of sports for the people who want to play sports games but don't actually want to do the sport itself. There is tons and tons and tons of sports games, starting from all the way to the Atari to the PS5 as of today. Now, sports games, even though I'm not really a big fan of them, are actually very popular amongst people. For some reason, I don't know. Just look at the statistics. But, with me, what are my opinion about them? I think they're... For the NES, how do I put this in good terms? Oh wait, no. I do know. It's not very good. It's not very good, okay? With games like these, especially for the NES, they don't run the best way possible, so playing sports on these, especially for games like tennis or like golf, where you have to be more like pixel perfect on everything, that can get a little bit difficult. And let's just say I snapped a NES controller over it. I'm not very fond of these types of games. Now, I think the newer type of sports games. You know, the newer ones, I don't buy them, but a lot of my friends have them. I think those are alright, okay? I'm not gonna completely hate on just a sports game simply because it's a sports game, you know, go touch some grass, actually play the sport. No. It's just, I think the older versions of the games were a little bit more hard to play because of the computer system that was playing them. You know, it wasn't really like feeling like they were doing their best they can, and they did the best they possibly could probably do. So, with that being said, you know, like, most of the hate for these games I have is mostly because they're just hard to play, and they don't really have much of a main purpose. Also, there's not many tutorial guides in the game itself to understand what's going on. See, things like there is manuals with every game, but in a modern day society, it would be way too expensive to get a game in the case, which has the games in it, which has all the things inside of it. So basically meaning I'm not going to buy a whole set just to have the manual, just to understand what to do. And I'm not wasting 15 minutes on YouTube just to understand how to play the game in the first place. And for anyone who's saying, oh, you're just being lazy, which, yes, I am. Because what's the point of learning how to play a game if I don't even want to play it? Yeah. So, with sports games, I'm not going to be reviewing it. I'm not going to be explaining why they're here. I'm not going to be explaining... It's very self-explanatory. The games are very self-explanatory of why they make sports games. Like, anybody could ever have, like, an idea for making a sports game. It's just so easy. Now, I do have to say, though, I gotta think of something else, because I've been absolutely trolled recently. And, you know, it was always nice to get gifts by people, but, beggars can't be choosers. But prankster's always gonna prank. So, I'll go brainstorm up some ideas, and I'm just letting you know that I am not a very fond person of this type of thing. But, as always, keep gaming. I'll see you in the next one. And, I'll try to do something better next time. Man, there's really nothing to talk about these. Showing gameplay is obviously not that much of a thing to ask for, so... I will see you later.